H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, and sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's Women Rock Wednesday, my favorite day of the week. And I got to wait. I don't see enough women on the feed yet. So we're gonna just play around for a minute. Who have we got? Dale Griggs. Let's go. Mindy Collins. These are my starting five. Dale Griggs, Mindy. Oh, Kim Jackson. That's three. Who else we got? Madonna Johnson is in the building. Hey, Madonna. Mickey, I gotta get one more woman. One more woman. What is the hell is wrong with my? Every time I move, something happens here, y'all. I'm glad the women ain't on. Hey, Karima, are you a woman or man? Karima, which one? Help me out, Karima. I'm trying to work a little bit because I can't see it. Karima, it's a guy. I just want to know. Let me see, y'all. Trying to see where I gotta go. It's just so much stuff. I know it's some stuff y'all want to talk about today. Thank you, Karima. Thank you. Because I didn't want it. Because some guys, we might have some guys named Karima out there. Yeah. Come on. Daddy name was Kareem. Daddy name's Kareem and your name is son Karima. I don't know. Thank you, Karima. Thank you, sweet. So you rounded out my starting five. Now I can start the show. Now my sixth woman of the day just signed in. Brandon, she usually be on time, but she's a little late. But that's all right. Maybe I started too quick. Y'all want me to wait? But y'all know when the show says start at 12, Robert Hatter like to push it at 12. Like y'all got to remember, if that show don't start at 12, something is terribly wrong. So y'all send out APB for me. So somebody is terribly wrong. Shout out to everybody, man. I want to find out who going to the rodeo, cause I got a way you can I got a way you can buy your tickets. Legitimate way for you to buy your tickets. Supporter of the Chop Shop. I'm gonna give y'all that, so be prepared for that for a minute. But I just wonder, it's Monday, and it's Women Rock Wednesday. It's Black History. Today, to me, is the second day of Black History Month. And I know a lot of people, I don't know why we celebrating Black History Month, because, y'all, let me tell you something. Because it's there. Let's celebrate it. We celebrate Black History every day on this show. This show is Black History. But I see people tweeting. I don't know where, but yes, but guess what? Some Carter G. Woodson and some people fought hard to get this. It was Black History Day, then Black History Week, then Black History Month. So they fought hard. So when people fight hard to do something, let's celebrate it. It's not that it's the only time we celebrate ourselves, y'all. No, 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 no. But this is a time that we talk about the amazing things that we accomplished in our past. And it's okay. And guess what? This Brian Flores situation is Black history. With the NFL, y'all. And I want to hear y'all comments. I'm not going to sit here. I want to hear how y'all, because y'all the one be watching these games. Y'all the consumer of these games. And I understand it. I watch the games too. But with the NFL, it ain't one thing. If it ain't one thing, it's another. What's up, Jonathan Bob? We just came off of one of the best NFL weekends that you can ask for in the conference championship and the divisional rounds, y'all. They were all bananas. Hey, Jessica Brooks, we're headed to the Super Bowl, right? Tom Brady retires. And now we hit with the Brian Flores lawsuit. And I want y'all, Mindy, all you, I need y'all now. I mean, y'all, I tweeted out last night. I know some of y'all probably didn't have time. But talking about Brian Flores, I've talked about him a million times on this show. When you look at what he inherited, and we're going to get into what happened, but let me can I just talk about Brian Flores? It's Black history. When you look at what he inherited in the Dolphins and what he turned them into, the former coach of the Miami Dolphins filed a class action lawsuit against the New York Giants and the NFL and the Miami Dolphins, claiming racial discrimination. He said that he proved that the Giants interview with him was just a Rooney Rule show. Just, after they decide to hire Brian Daboll. It's a good one, Status, I see you've been watching the news this morning. Y'all give me perfect for your homes to freeze. Yes. But y'all give me some of your opinions. Wait a minute, who going to the doctor today? Wesley Yates? What they talking about? Y'all kill me. Y'all always have these extra conversations. What's going on, sir? How is Junior doing with those minor injuries? Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. The teams knew who they wanted to hire just because the candidate is not African American. And they wanted to check the Rooney Rule box. That makes a big show of interviewing. It's a big show of interviewing minority candidates in order to comply to the rule. But they had already made their decision. And he found out they'd already made their decision. He didn't want to go to that. He has a text from head coach Bill Belichick congratulating Flores on getting hired by the Giants. But Flores has not been hired or interviewed yet. You ask me what that means? Because I know some people probably haven't seen all this. After a series of texts between him and Bill Belichick, the last one said, "Sorry, I effed this thing up. I double checked and misread the text." This Bill Belichick talking. "And I think they're naming Brian Daboll. Sorry about that." Bill Belichick thought he was texting Brian Daboll. That's another one of his former assistants, saying congratulations on the hire. Turned out he was texting Brian Flores. He must have names in his phone, y'all, by the first name only. Somebody, who is it? Somebody hit me. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Okay, don't worry about it. But you know how Robert Hatter is. I got a memo to all mainstream, white owned, and controlled media because this one is not controlled, this media form. While y'all discuss the Brian Flores racial discrimination lawsuit against the NFL, look at your own hiring situation. And you too, Hollywood studios, and Wall Street, and corporate America, and America. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna show y'all this video. I'm gonna show y'all this how you can get your tickets to the rodeo.
It's rodeo time, Houston. Get your 2022 Houston Rodeo concert tickets at all ticket attractions. The phone lines are open, or you can text your request at 832-371-3337. Now back to the Chop Shop with Hatter and Hicks. Yeah!
So now, you don't have to go. Now you got somebody that you can go through and get the tickets. I'll play it again. I'll put the number up there again. But yes, I want y'all to, you need tickets, your ticket needs, if you're going to the rodeo, make sure you contact all ticket attractions. Oh, now, I'm trying to see a comment because I don't want to lead the witness. I don't want to lead y'all on this. I know y'all sitting back and waiting. What Robert Hatter gonna say about this? Do me a favor, share the show right quick. Share the show. I don't want that. Okay, Karima said white owners want white head coaches. Okay. Somebody made recommendations that players boycott the Super Bowl. Okay. Okay. It's easy for you to tell people what to do, but it's okay. We'll be coaching suicide if they do. What's the problem? And so many want that position. I didn't understand that one, Trey. I mean, you things up when they how they got. Okay, let me see. I'm going back. I'm just trying to find a comment that's gonna move me. Shout out to Thaddeus Moody. He got 10 inches of snow. Robert Hatter, I want to see the other black coaches who are going to participate all in the class action suit. I do too. I do too. Matter of fact, Hugh Douglas is going to tell his experience. Hugh Douglas is one. Let me go back. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Jameson Morrow, I'm not sure he'll win. I'm not sure he'll win the lawsuit. I'm not saying it. Share the show because I got some stuff on my mind, but I need some more. I haven't seen what I want to see on the screen yet. I don't think he'll win it. But because I think they'll settle. That's just me, in my opinion. And I got some opinions from attorneys. I got some of that. I'm gonna give y'all a little later, but I'm just trying to see. I'm going up and down. Maybe y'all don't want to talk about it. If y'all don't want to talk about it, we'll talk about something else. We'll talk. I mean, we can talk about something else if y'all want. Oh, I got you, Trey Phillips. We can. There's not a real effort to even the arena. There you go. Owners are okay with players being black, but not at Karima. Thank you so much. Y'all, this is Black history. This has never happened. We got a black man, Brian Flores, from New York, from Brooklyn, has a chance in a second interview to his hometown team, the coach for his hometown team. And he finds out in a text that the interview he's about to go on is a sham. Is a sham. How they said that every day the list is growing longer with witnesses. Yes, but to win. You said win the case. Kurt Flood had witnesses. He didn't win the case. And I'm going to tell y'all a bit about Kurt Flood. Hey, just because you have witnesses. Jameson Morrow. This is a black man going against some of the richest men in the world who can hire the best lawyers in the world. Jameson Morrow. I don't care how many witnesses he got. Jameson Morrow, you got, this is America now. I don't care who you're going to hear from next week. See what's happening, and I'm glad y'all listening to those talking heads on the TV show. That's why I don't watch them before I come on the show. I watch them afterwards. Then I tell y'all later about it. Because I don't want it to get in the way with what I'm thinking. Right? This is where the Rooney Rule has shown they will hire who they want and only interview somebody because it's a rule. Hugh Jackson and Jim Carter are going to tell their story. Okay. I got the full scope of this thing. Jonathan Bob. Thank you, Jonathan. Let's hear what Jonathan. Let me hear what Jonathan got. Let me put it on the screen. Jonathan Bob. What did he say? Let me move it around. Don't worry about my face. I got the full scope of this thing, this machine as a whole. When I saw the owner of the Bengals accept the championship trophy. Hold up, Jonathan. Hold up, let me put that back up. He screamed of someone from a time of people calling us boy. Oh, yes, sir. Absolutely, Jonathan Bob. That's my dude. Absolutely. Paul Brown. That Brown fan, Mike Brown. The worst. I've negotiated against them. The cheapest owners he is tighter than the nuts on the Golden Gate Bridge. They have sub-zero temperatures up there in Cincinnati, and he fails to get them a practice bubble. A practice bubble. We out here in the heat in the Houston, Texas got one. Absolutely, Jonathan Bob. But what can we do? We know the problem. I've been telling y'all on this show, everybody, I said, man, them owners do. Somebody got mad at me. Y'all remember that day? I forgot who it was, Keith Wood or one of them people got mad. Talking about, what? You got to explain it to me. Until, y'all got to remember, God changed Pharaoh's heart. Ramses did not want to let the people go. Ramses was powerful just like these owners. That's the only thing. Moses didn't make him let the people go. I know I had to get biblical with y'all. He wasn't thinking about Moses. Moses, get on out of here. Moses threw that rod down and it turned into a snake and do something and turn it. I mean, Moses, get out of here. Y'all, but there's something going on here. This has never happened before. This Black history, this has never happened before. A class action lawsuit. Thank you, Bob. Brian Flores is the Kurt Flood of the National League. Good old boy system. Of course it's a good old boy system. What do we do about it? Now, Jonathan Bob, what do we do? Jonathan Bob, the company that you work for, how are they hiring practice? Let me get back. Since all y'all getting so sacrilegious here, before y'all get to talking, throwing stuff at the NFL, we need to look at our situations at our job. Check this out. A memo to all mainstream, white-owned and controlled media. companies. Got this from Roland Martin. While y'all discuss the Brian Flores racial discrimination lawsuit against the NFL, look at your own hiring situations. Jonathan Bob, how they look at your company? Hollywood, we know y'all terrible. Wall Street, know y'all terrible. And corporate America, it ain't just these NFL owners now. So let's not just get on the owners. Apple, Google, all of them. Let's get on all of them, y'all. What we gonna do? Let me go back down. Hey, T.R. Home. Had have been preachers. Thank Kevin Freitman. Thank you, Kevin Freitman. If you've been watching this show for a while, you should have been prepared for this. Maybe guys like Brian Flores been listening to this show. Somebody said, man, this dude on this show been telling you. That is a hatter. You just talked about Paul Turner 2 days ago, an NFL owner, the NFL owner, since me joining the Chop Shop. Come on, I know it. Thank you, baby. I know it's a Jameson Morrow, what is you talking about? How to remember as a class action? What do you mean by that? Because I know what a class action suit is. Come on, don't interrupt me just because you want to make a point. Class action only means, let me read it to you, Jameson Morrow. It's also known as a class action lawsuit or a representative action. It's a type of lawsuit where one of the parties is a group of people who are represented or collected by members of other members of a group. All it is a group of people going against a group of people. That's all a class action. So you said, remember, it's a class action. Class action suits get thrown out all the time, Jameson Morrow. Let me get back to where I'm at. Okay, let me get back. Let's get back to the important part. School districts, absolutely. The Rooney Rule owners have the final decision. The Rooney Rule are not the owner. We have to get the Rooney Rule are not the owners. Rod Will, let me show you what you're saying. Let me show you what you're saying. Look what Rod Will's saying. Let me address. That's why I want to hear y'all. Jameson, I understand you, but class action don't mean he gonna win it. That's the point I'm trying to make. There's plenty of class action shoots. They run their ass out of town. All right, here we go. Rooney Rule or not, the owners have the final decision. We have to get black ownership. Right? How do you propose that? Because these same owners have to vote a black person in. I forgot the percentage of the vote. I know I don't want to call out a wrong number. And I got a number in my head, but I don't know if it's right or not. A certain percentage of them have to vote. If Rod Wells was to bring his black butt trying to buy a team, you still got to be voted on by these same guys. They got these same rules. Okay. Comment on that if you want to, Rod. I want to hear what you got to say. Let's go. Let's go down. Glenn Bishop. Keep going. School districts cannot discriminate. They don't have the luxury. Shit, but they do. Got to be out your damn mind if school districts are not part of this systemic racism. Walter Yates. And shout out to, speaking of school districts, shout out, I don't know her name, shout out to the athletic director at Clearbrook. Shout out to her. I went to the game last night. Thank you, Walter Yates, for saying that. But I went to the game last night and they were sold out. And I just asked them, I said, could I talk to the person in charge? And they sent her up there and I told her, I'm here, Chop Shop. I'm going to, cover your guys and see. She said, Mr. Hatter, she said, I don't know where, you can sit, but just, You go this way because there's more seats on this side, or on the Dickerson side. Thank you. I didn't get her name. I forgot her name. Thank you. Somebody find out her name. I want to shout out to her on the Chop Shop. Oh, I understand. But somebody, I got you. Well, listen, it's a great suit. Listen, I'm supporting Flores' suit. I'm telling you, it's just not a slam dunk to win it. Because every witness that Flores them come in there, these dudes gonna buy another witness to. Do you watch Bull? Y'all better start watching Bull on CBS. I'll plug. Do UIL too? Come on. Y'all have to realize I've been dealing with this. Yes. How y'all felt 30 years ago when I first got in this business? And a young black man, three young black men walk into the facility representing a black top athlete. Then people didn't like that. They tore our head off. I'm gonna find some of those newspaper clippings. I never forget when we were negotiating for Orlando Pace with the Rams. They was in St. Louis. And on there, they had a publication. I don't know. I got to go look in the archive. Had us holding a fence, caricatures of us holding a fence, not letting them get to Orlando behind the fence in his football uniform. Like these black guys keeping us from getting to our Orlando. I've been in this business for 30 years, y'all. I've seen stuff I just can't even talk about on the airways because they're going to be in my book. You got to buy it to get it. Let me keep going. Let me see who else. I'm at a school with 2,097 students, only 6 black teachers. And Walter Yates said it can't happen in the school district. Not one time I said the NFL is above reproach. I just told you said he's gonna win it, Jameson Mara, and I said it's not. He ain't going. Jameson Mara, no more of them questions right there. I don't want to hear that. Let's get on. We on another subject right now. Quit trying to be right. It's okay. You don't have to be right. I'm trying to get something. You trying to make sure you right. And I'm trying to get something out to the people. So slow your comments down for a minute. All right, just slow them down. Angel Vajero says, this may sound far-fetched, but it may take marrying into these families to get a seat at these tables. Isn't Rick Smith the godfather of one of McNair's children? And they fired his ass. What are you talking about? Close, but not close enough. Yeah, they fired him. Y'all, you did say that, Walt. Go back in now. Don't let me put it on the screen. Glad you brought that up. Robert Rouser, see, now y'all cooking. Come on back in, Jameson. Jameson, we ain't talking about the case right now. You think it's all right for you to think that Brian Flores gonna win. And guess what? I'm saying it ain't no slam dunk. That's all. Hold on. Let me put this on. I'm just put this on the screen. This about to be good. Y'all better share the show. This finna be good because y'all going where I want. I'm trying to. Y'all smart enough. He said they can't afford to discriminate. See, we got another one. This want to be right. We got another one, y'all. Oh, that want to be right. Here we go. Come on. Okay, Walter, you're right. How did Belichick know that Brian Daboll had gotten the Giants job before the interview process? Brian Flores had not even been interviewed yet. Let me tell you something. First of all, Brian Belichick used to work for the Giants a long time ago under Bill Parcells. That's the Merrill family. They're still there. He is the most well-connected coach in the league. He know everybody. They talk. He talked. I don't believe he was a part of that scam. No, sir. He was not a part of that. Because he cared about Brian, both of them. He the one, first of all, he the one that went to bat for Brian Flores to get the job at Miami. All right? Brian Belichick, Robert Risen. I'm trying to help you, Rob. Now, you might see something different, Rob. But Brian Belichick put this stamp on Flores to Stephen Ross. Stephen Ross is the owner of the Miami Dolphins, who I came on this show and talked so eloquently about because of the Ross Initiative. I take it back. He doing some things for black people, throwing millions of dollars at them. Yeah, I don't care no more. Stephen Ross, you're wrong. Stephen Ross, if these allegations, and I'm going to come to y'all, I'm coming, if these allegations that he has against you are proven to be true, wow, they're going to take your team. Other owners going to take your team. You're going to get the Donald Sterling treatment. No, it's all right. No, that is status. It's okay. No, that was a good question by Rob Risen. You got to understand, that is everybody. Let me put, I think that's a great question. I think I would have asked that question too. If I just didn't know, I would have how Belichick know. Belichick know everybody. And both of the Bryans are his guys. They came up under him. To me, Belichick is the MVP in this situation. Jameson Morrow, Belichick is your ace in the hole. You talking about all them other damn witnesses? Belichick is your ace in the hole. Brian Flores, did he interview with the Texans? Rick Brown said, when the facts change, the truth change. What's up, Corey? Corey, we just talked. Corey, where my man, Chad Grove. We talking about this Brian Flores stuff. We've been talking about it for years. We know it's happening. I mean, if you just heard this show long enough, and I know sometimes y'all been talking, but I don't know nothing about that. I've been really giving you the playbook for years, but y'all want to hear it to listen to. Y'all want to hear some high school basketball scores and some college scores. Y'all weren't listening. Yes. See, y'all got to understand. 2003, the Rooney Rule was incepted because Johnny Cochran, and I forgot the other guy's name, got on the NFL and said, we finna sue y'all. That's the only reason we got the Rooney Rule. The owners didn't want it then, Jonathan Bob. It's out now, Bob. I mean, yeah, you're right. He ain't gonna testify against the NFL. Shit, he the NFL. If you can, what can you do? Landon asked a question. Hold on. Y'all got Landon. Which you said if he can improve what? What part? That the Belichick thing I'm going to tell y'all, the Belichick thing, I ain't talking about that. The more damning thing, y'all, is Stephen Ross was offering him $100,000 to lose a game. Because every game he loses, that betters their draft position. It's not like the NBA where you have to go through the lottery. The last player get the first pick. The worst team get the worst pick. There you go, Karen Roach. Karen Roach, thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. They gonna sell this thing. Y'all talking about winning something. They ain't gonna say, Brian, you can't coach no more, bro. We finna do you like we did your homeboy, Kaepernick. We gonna give you an offer you can't refuse, and you can't talk about how much we gave you. That's how it usually go. But Landon, tell me what you're trying to prove. Which one? My thing is, if he can prove that man offered him $100,000, do y'all know the implication? I know that done went over your head. To lose a game, y'all got to realize the NFL is partners now. What? With gambling. If the owner telling the coach to lose a game, that owner have inside information that you and I don't have. And he can place a bet anywhere he want to under somebody's. No, I ain't saying he's doing it. He's a billionaire. But look what kind of worms that opens. Can of worms that opens. Thank you, Chad. Chad, think about this, Chad. Hey, y'all, hold on. I'm going to take a break. Guess what I'm doing this weekend, y'all? I'm getting on a plane and going to Florida to call the TSU versus Florida A&M and TSU versus Bethune-Cookman this weekend. So download the KTSU app. Your boy's going to be on it. And all of this because of y'all. I know some of them, some of y'all don't like me. I understand. But thank you for not liking me. But if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. One of my friends said, Robert, I didn't realize if I hit the like button, you get more impressions. Hit the like button. On YouTube, you need to just hit the like button. Every time you come on, hit the like button and share it. The tampering of Brady, slap on the wrist. Slap on the wrist. Why y'all acting surprised? This happened often in the industry. They will settle this and continue business. Of course. Listen, this animal is too big to die. Y'all remember the first thing Obama first thing he did when he got in office? Do y'all remember? He saved the banking industry because he said if the banking industry fails, our financial infrastructure fails. Man, what's that man name? Jameson Morrow said, how are you telling me the NFL is above reproach? Might be. NFL work. That is Moody. Don't be giving us some of those talks you've been hearing on. Give me your thoughts. Will be name of the biopic. So, will they treat Stephen A? Oh, of course. Listen, if they can prove that happened, Trey Phillips. I'm a little late with because I'm trying to get them in order. If they can prove Stephen Ross did that, wow. I'm just going down. The gambling is big one, dude. Yeah, I'm doing the Florida two steps, yo. Yeah, I'm going to Disney World. Hold up. Thank you, Thaddeus. No weapon. Boy, that's my favorite. Oh, that's my favorite biblical quote. No weapon formed against the NFL shall prosper. Hold up. I've been waiting on a woman. It's Women Rock Wednesday. Ain't Karima the only woman to say it so? Where is Sonya Billings? I know she's off on some island in the Dominican Republic and all of that. Sonya, where you at? Mindy. This whole thing blows my mind. Oh, I like that. Hold on. Man, I bet the people who work for the dog are scared of what Flores. Ooh, Mindy. See, I knew that's why I want women. This is why I love, y'all men too damn scary. Y'all want to talk about all that old stuff. That's why I love for women to say something. She said, make so much sense as to why he was fired. Oh! Hold on. I love that Mindy Wood. Hey. Boy, Mindy, you tell your husband, I said, God bless him. You tell him, I said, God bless him for men, for you. She said, it makes so much sense why he was fired. And on a winning streak. Never had a winning season. Never had a losing season. Yo, he didn't want, the man would, listen, this man had to coach under all of this. And then Chris Greer, the black general manager, Stephen Ross was putting him up to pop that whip. Like, y'all seen Django. To pop that whip on him. You got to make him do this, Chris. You got that. Chris, you got that. And he won't do it. We're going to fire his ass, Chris. Chris, either you going or he going. I don't know if he said that, but Mindy said something. Mindy, you hit it. It makes so much sense. Let me keep going down. Jonathan Bob makes a lot of money for the cities they reside in. Yeah, the NFL big. Oh, I got Mike. Oh, I didn't know my man here. That's why he saved the out of, because they had the most biggest loan. Yo, let me tell you something. I'm going to go there. Oh, okay. Yeah, take care of Cam now. That's my boy. If those lawyers to the time to go forward and so, it's definitely got some legs. Look whose attorneys are. Okay, Jameson Morrow, you can't help it. I'm just gonna leave you alone. You can't help it. You still there. We done went to a whole nother conversation. You still talking about that? Had AIG failed institution worldwide? Yeah. Obama had no choice. The parallel I was making, Landon, was NFL too big to fail. Angela Rye. Yeah, who that talking about Angela Rye? Yeah, she finna work. Yeah, you tell Dennis. Dennis is my best friend. Mr. Collins, you my best friend. That man said, you just love women. Every time they something, you hollering. Yes, I do. I got 5 sisters and a daughter. Yes, I do. I love women. Yes, Walter, I do. But they're so smart. Nobody, listen. I was going a whole show and nobody mentioned that. Thank you, Mindy. Nobody mentioned it. She said, this is so deep to me. He knows he won't work in the NFL again. Listen to her, y'all. Hold up, I got hold up. She said he knows he won't work again in NFL. He knows what happened to Colin Kaepernick. This dude here is that dude. Listen, I used to brag about him, and people used to, Mindy, I'm going down. I know I'm behind, y'all. I'm getting close. Chris Greer shaking in his boots as well. Now Chris Greer, all right, he the house Negro. Flores was the field Negro. They putting out on him, and he's a hard taskmaster. Have y'all ever heard of Bill Parcells? Coughlin? Tom Coughlin? The worst people in there, the biggest buttholes in the world. Hold on, you go Mindy. Let me see. Mindy just said something else. Where my women at? Because these dudes ain't talking about nothing. Remember? We were all trying to figure out why he got fired. Yes. I'm surprised the owner didn't keep him so he wouldn't say anything. He don't care. I've been blessed enough to go to the University of Michigan, Mindy. The Stephen Ross Business Center that he gave the bills. I think he gave about $400 million. This man is out on his yacht, on his helicopter. They ain't thinking about what y'all talking about. Yeah, he can tell it all they want. It's his word against mine. I got more money than him. Listen, my money ain't gonna run out. If we gotta go to court, what my man, James? James, if he wanna go, if he wanna go to court, he gonna run out of money before I do. That's what Donald Sterling said. Y'all remember in the Donald Sterling, he was talking about Bill Fitch. He didn't pay Mike Dunleavy. He didn't want to pay Bill Fitch and Mike Dunleavy. Mike Dunleavy kept suing him. But he said, I got more money than them. They gonna run out of money before I do. They can sue me all they want to. They got to pay their lawyers. I can afford my lawyers. They can't. What's up, Elliot Bill? Man, this is good, man. Y'all, listen. I'm just glad all the stuff that I've been telling y'all, now y'all need to put some of this stuff into practice. I got you, Jimmy. Jimmy, we've been talking Flores. I know you, yeah. You know, hold on. Let me get you right. We've been talking Flores. And Jimmy, the boom boom room. I'm talking to my boom boom room right now, Jimmy. I can't. Just jump in with me. Hold on. Antitrust protection, NFL. Okay. Not at risk because the NFL as an entity hadn't did anything. It's the team. See, Roger Goodell. Y'all got to realize. Everybody talking about Roger Goodell, Troy Vincent. What are they doing? They work for the owners. The NFL, they hire them. NFL owners. It's 32 guys. Yo, the crust of this thing is 32 guys. None of them black. That's always had their way. To becoming a billionaire, you got to have your way a whole lot, Jimmy. You got to have your way a whole lot. But back to y'all, I was trying to explain, that is Moody. Stephen Ross, he told Michigan, in the city of Michigan, y'all ain't got to do nothing. I'm going to build the whole business school with my name on it. I've been by, every time I go on the campus, I go by there. Me and Charles Wilson go up there. We always go up there. I said, God, the Ross Business School. You think he worried about what Brian Flores saying about him? That man gonna take a helicopter to his private plane, take his private plane to his to another spot, take a helicopter and land on his damn yacht, and we gonna still be talking about it. Man, Jimmy, you know what I love about this? This Women Rock wins, and it's apropos. Wendy been having the best comments of ever. The women been killing them. Her and Karima. These guys talking about these guys been watching too many shows before they come on this show. These women ain't had time to do that. They coming, they coming with common sense. She said, Flores, he probably thought I'll throw this $100,000 a K at this ninja per loss. Of course he'll do it. Brian Flores, Jimmy, you remember I used to say, what the hell? They just run this man win 7 out of 8 games, Jimmy, and they run him off. I didn't know this, Jimmy. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I didn't know this, but I knew it was something. Hold on, let me see. Michael, he said, can't touch Red McCombs business school. Man, get the hell out of here. I done been to both of them. Man, quit being a homer. You think about it, Jimmy. This is what killed me. Jimmy, Michael Anderson like you. Anytime I say something about, well, it happened in Houston, it happened in... Man, shut up. Ain't nobody talking about no Red McCombs business school at the University of Texas. I ain't never heard nobody talk about that. Okay, now, get him out the way. They hope Ben Crump don't get involved. I ain't worried about him. Let's keep going, Jimmy. I'm going. Jimmy, you see something? I want to say, yes, back in my day, we played them, man. I thought it was, okay. You ought to see the Skeezy. You see, they talking about other universities. Cheat sheet give us version of the Flores. Yeah, cheat sheet. What do you think? I know you'd have looked at it. I know you'd have looked at Flores. What you got on Flores?
I listened to it because I had to go and do some commuting and had stuff this morning. I was out and running, so I have on the satellite radio. I listened to Brian Flores. Well, a piece of Brian Flores' conversation.
I got something. Keep going.
On ESPN, on Get Up.
Why did he go to Get Up instead of Stephen A. Smith? Because of other commitments, probably.
It could be. Well, first he went to CBS first.
Yes. All of this in New York. They right around the corner from each other.
Yes. That's what Gail King and the brother. Can't think of the guy's name. The black guy that they brought on.
Nate Burleson. Nate Burleson.
Nate has a plug with him.
Okay. Yes, right? So, of course. Yes.
So Nate, all you do is connect dots. So obviously, Greeny or somebody on the Get Up has a plug with Flores.
But Jimmy, they in the same Jimmy. No, but they in the same building. They sets are right next to each other.
That different times, and guess what? That ain't his plug. So that's the whole thing. And
Stephen A is not in LA, man. Stephen A was on set.
Yes.
Was he on set today?
Am I listening to it? Remember,
you didn't listen to it. Okay. I think he's on set. He was on set yesterday when I saw that. But keep going, Jimmy. I'm sorry. Come on.
Well, like I said, I don't know why he wasn't on one show, but I can explain to you and you can connect dots. Whenever you see that happening that fast, that's what I always preach. First of all, that's a straight home run for his legal team out the gates because they get out in front of their own narrative, something that our previous guy who took on the establishment did not do, remember, because he did not want to talk at all. So basically everybody was doing the talking for Colin Kaepernick. And Kaepernick, guess what? One thing about Cap, he's been consistent.
He stuck to his gun.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And meaning that he chose not, he chose to go his route, and that's the route he's been going for 4 years plus. So cool with that. Now back to Flores. Mm-hmm. Who knows how this is going to turn out? But the thing is that obviously it's obvious with him because he's got in front of his own narrative.
Yeah.
He's hopeful. As he says early this morning, he's hopeful that he will one day coach in the league again as a head coach, a secondary or assistant coach. That ain't the issue. We're not talking about that. As a head coach, he still is on the books for New Orleans and the Houston Texans. As far as now, guess what? That might have been a Rooney Rule interview within itself.
Yes.
It might have been the evidence.
Jimmy, all of them is a Rooney Rules, Jimmy. I'm
talking about the token. The token.
Okay. I have no plan on hiring, but they had no plan. Houston ain't got no plans on hiring that dude. But keep going. But they need to do it now.
Well, so
what if your boys do it now? What if Houston hiring now?
If the Texans hired Flores now,
okay,
then what that would basically be, it would put the Texans in a can't lose situation. They can't lose if they hired him tomorrow. How?
Jimmy, I'll go to the game. Jimmy, I'll go back to the games.
Yes, because guess what? First of all, the Deshaun Watson becomes secondary. It's all on Flores. Now it's like, okay, we hired you. You saying you know the people gonna give you a shot. We giving you a shot. Secondly, ain't but one sitting black head coach in the NFL right now.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin.
That's only one. So that means
Jimmy, think about this. I like the Rooney Rule. I'm gonna give you something so you can have this. The reason I like the Rooney Rule, okay? I like it. A lot of people token it. You know why? Because the first person to be the recipient of the Rooney Rule was Mike Tomlin. They brought him in, and they liked him because they wasn't bringing no.
They really didn't plan on hiring him.
Yeah, they didn't want.
He was a token.
Absolutely, absolutely.
They happened to just sit down in that, and after you sit down, and they was like, "Wait a minute,
damn."
They left there. Went, they had a meeting after the meeting.
Yeah,
the meeting after the meeting when they go and they go.
Yeah,
hey man, I like that nigga.
I like that ninja. Yeah.
Hey man, he's sharp. Hey, Mortimer, Randolph, I get this dollar, but I bet you this dollar he won't get us. We'll get our profits back, but I bet you the dollar. It was straight up trading places with him.
Right.
That's just what it was.
Right.
And 15 years later, this dude ain't never had a losing season in his career, and that's Mike Tomlin.
And Jimmy, you know what kills me? How brilliant these guys had to be brilliant at some point. These owners, right? It ain't but 32 of them on the whole planet, right? So they had to have some kind of sense and vision. And I just don't, but Jimmy, not just these owners. See, I'm not gonna let y'all keep wanting to talk about the NFL. But I'm talking about corporate America. I'm talking about America. I'm talking about Wall Street. I'm talking about all of these companies. They doing the same thing, Jimmy. And guess what? If we got to knock them all down. We just can't pick on the NFL because it's so visible. All of these companies, man, they don't care. They're going how in the hell they want to. Google, Apple, all of these companies. Jimmy, they hire in the hell who in the hell they want to. So I just don't want the people to just sit up here and think it's just it's the NFL and those 32 guys. No, it's some more guys out there just like them. So how, Jimmy, what I think about, all I'm thinking about, if they really want to get this thing done, right now, all the black coaches got to boycott. Stop right now. Said, do this without me. All the black players going to the Super Bowl. They said, no. Y'all going to do this without me. Let me tell you something. This is the owner's show. This is their show pony. This is one place all of them go. Jimmy, they have the governor's ball. Jimmy, you probably have never heard, a lot of people don't even know about the governor's ball. It ain't about the governor. Long time ago, when I first got into business, I thought the governor was coming. Hell no. These guys are the board of the governors of their team. You know, remember they was talking about the owner versus governor and owner? Jimmy, they have the governor's ball. Jimmy, I walk in the governor's ball. Jimmy, it ain't but 2 or 3 people in there that look like me. Every dignitary, you know, now, there might be some stars in there, but every dignitary, Jimmy, I ain't never seen no coaches in there. I ain't never seen no black coaches in there. I ain't never seen no black players in there. You know, and these guys just live. Guess where they had when they were here, Jimmy? Guess where the governor's ball was at? Now, me and you was invited to me and you went. I could take you to the ESPN party with me. I couldn't take you to this other party with me. Shit, I was barely in there. It was in one of them big old ass mansions in River Oaks. Police everywhere, Jimmy. You couldn't even get on the street if you didn't have this certain thing. Credential, you couldn't even get on the street. So you got 32 old rich men. Jimmy, how can we change? We know the problem. What can we do? What could the players do? What could the coaches do? How can you soften Pharaoh's heart? I'm talking about owners as pharaohs. You know, how can you soften his heart?
You say soften their heart. I mean,
Yeah,
you just gave
soften
an
it. Yeah.
example. You just gave an example of the establishment, but at the same, I don't think that that would have to be in a society, whereas I don't Flores didn't come into this space, this newly found space, or beating the drum saying, let's let's get him. He wasn't coming like that. He ain't throwing no innuendos. He not wearing no socks with pigs on them. He's coming straight out the gate, gloves off. Here's the ink is on the paper. Got his Jewish lawyer sitting right there, and guess what? And let me tell you something. What I would just historically,
Okay.
you could best believe. I don't know what's all, and I did not read the whole lawsuit, but they have what they call the discovery process, motion to discover, that both sides going to file, blah, 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 as they proceed. This stuff is going to take years. Think about it. Colin Kaepernick's case is not going to have nothing on this. This is going to take years. Well, in this situation with Flores, we saw the text messages between him and Belichick. You could best believe that's not it. He has to have a witness or a person that they would claim as a whistleblower who's willing to go on the record that worked and was salaried by the NFL, specifically by one of those 3 NFL teams whom are listed in the lawsuit. Somebody who wasn't a former or current employee to come on record and get deposed, right? What? I don't know what that is, Adam. Is that mine or yours?
Yeah, it's yours, because I don't hear nothing on this end.
That routine was important for him.
Okay, you got it straight. Sorry about that, guys. So one of those, that's the key. And you could best believe that I don't know Brian Flores, but I'm rooting for, as most cases.
Cool
now you
dude,
guys
Jim.
make it
Cool dude.
in media say that for the story, for the underdog in this, because I'm rooting for somebody to knock Debo out. Debo need to be hit upside the head, just as though we rooted for some people when the NCAA was serving as the role of Debo, as they have. You wanted to see them get hit at one time. This NFL, those particular teams, those owners, you mentioned River Oaks. This the old River Oaks money. Those majority of those owners, aside from the Green Bay Packers, who's a publicly traded company, they have like a shareholders into their ownership.
But Mark
the other
Murphy
30
is running him. He's the CEO, Mark Murphy. He one of them too. But keep going.
So I'm rooting for, I'm hoping that this thing can land, because this is one of our last shots. Remember now.
No, it's not. It's not one of our last shots. We got more. But this time, Jimmy, it moves up. It was a player. No, it was a player first, Jimmy. Now it's a coach. We're moving up the ladder.
Now it's a coach. But this owner, go back to the Dolphins, because that's twofold with them. With them, the accusations of being, as you mentioned earlier, I jumped on about being, I propositioned to take $100 grand in exchange to lose the games. So this owner ain't this the owner that spearheaded the black initiatives and the support the Black Lives Matter and the movements and the equality, and ain't this the owner that was spearheading the movements for that?
It's called, Jimmy, it's called the Stephen Ross Initiatives. Hey, man. Hey, keep going, Jimmy, keep going. Go.
So what it goes to show you now is that it is indeed true. Even with the Texans, think about it. It's at home for those of you that live in the Houston area. Think about the things that led up to the Texans and this stuff with Deshaun Watson. Think of how they got to this before this, not how they got there. Think of that the space the Texans was in. First, it was a lineman who was too vocal in the locker room. They claimed he had too much influence, and he was he had too much powerful leadership skills and influence over certain other players. They shipped him over to Seattle. Then you had the young boy, the wide receiver, who was doing great things in the community.
Hopkins.
He was he was doing great things on the field. So it ain't just like he was producing one of the best receivers in the NFL. And his mom was doing it, the heart-grabbing story. Mom was legally blind. She's doing stuff in the community. Everybody's loving this young man, D-Hop. Then you move him out because he wears a shirt supporting the movement that was supposed to be going on at the time in the wake of the George Floyd tragic death. So he's became too much influence. We got to get him out of here. So then you look around, they hired a black coach. The Texans hired a black coach after the owner remember before the daddy died, remember his stance, remember the statements, remember his alignmentship and his alliance to the previous president. Did you guys forget that? I know we're a forgiving race. I know we forgive like none other, quickly too and swiftly. But do you not remember? I didn't ask you. Do you not forget? Do you not forget? Do you not remember how the owner who died from the Texans, how his stance was against our people and what we were trying to believe in? Then they go and hire a black coach and you see what happened with the hiring of the black coach. It was, guess what?
Jimmy, that same owner you're talking about had a black GM in Rick Smith.
And
a black head of Tony Wilder was the black head of communication. That's two of the most valuable positions in any franchise. So he did so, but Jimmy, they can hire you and still be who they are. Stephen Ross, y'all got to understand. I'm sitting here just looking. I put Stephen Ross, the Ross Initiative, in my notes. And Jimmy, I talked about this in 2019, 2020. I'm just going up all the notes. Got me talking about Stephen Ross and that Ross Initiative. And I don't even go to it, but Jimmy, it's the Ross Initiative for Sports and Equality.
Wow.
And Jimmy, could that be his competitive edge? Just want to win and get the draft pick? Because guess what? Guess who was the number one draft pick in that year? Joe Burrows, who that's the year he told him to do it. And Joe Burrows is where?
In the bowl.
I ain't mad at him for that. Hey, man. But what it is, he should have fired Brian. Listen, what he should have fired Brian ass then. Dude, you don't do what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just telling you, that's what he should have did. He won't be in this position. Now, he should have said, Brian, I said lose the game. You keep losing the game. He should have fired him then, Jimmy. And the interim coach came in there. Now look here, dude, lose all of it. I'm just giving y'all both sides of the coin now. I'm just giving y'all both sides of the coin. And Jimmy, and all I'm thinking about is Chris Greer. Chris Greer he caught in the middle. He caught in the middle. But Jimmy, they also have listen to me now, this team also has a black general counsel. This team also has Venus and Serena, if you go on their website, listed as partners. So maybe they black on the outside, white on the inside. I don't know. When have they made a statement today?
No, they ain't made one yet. It's going to be one coming. It's going to be one coming. That's going to be inevitable because of their status.
You let me know when that happens.
Worldwide.
You let me know.
They're gonna, but this thing is just the beginning. This thing here is it has the potentialness to get pretty doggone ugly. And seriously, because of the fact that
Oh, he's gonna get
if
ugly.
they subpoenaed Bill Belichick's cell phone records,
Mhm.
okay, then that means they will also get the conversation that Bill Belichick had with the New York Giants before it got to that point. First of all, it's
Jimmy,
one thing. You gotta
Jimmy,
realize what's
guess
going on.
what? You got to remember Bill Belichick used to coach for the Giants under Bill Parcells. So him and the Marrow family, they still cool. Guess what?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you how cool they are. At some point, the Marrow family thought he was going to leave Robert Kraft and come back and back there. So he cool with, but Jimmy, he is hooked up in the whole league. It ain't just no one team. So they know them. All of them guys talk, Jimmy.
But what it could do, had to understand why against. I understand. I'm gonna paint this. I'm just a theory right now. It's just a hypothesis.
Okay.
On what could happen.
Okay.
Let's say they subpoenaed the phone record. We just talking about one direction. We ain't talking about going in the other directions. What they discovered, and they subpoenaed Bill Belichick's phone records, right? And of course, Bill Belichick's lawyers will fight and say you can't include all this other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with this. But what if they see stuff in there, the language, and what they asked about? If they ask him about which one of those Brians did he co-sign, which Brian are you rooting for? If we boys like that, you're gonna ask me, you're gonna lean on me for my knowledge in the process, just like a lot of college coaches lean on me sometimes, or anybody else out there when they're deciding if they want to recruit a player A or player B. And my text message back to that college coach might be damning if that mama or daddy or that kid saw some of the stuff I text back to that coach. Same scenario, but there's another lawsuit that's out there before this one, and it is claiming that remember the language. Remember the coach from the Las Vegas Raiders who was fired earlier this season, and remember what he was fired and the claims about the language and text messages, and the court say nope, we're not gonna open up this can of worms. We're gonna keep it right here and conceal it. What if it's some more conversations that's still taking place between Belichick and the New York Giants, and the New York Giants and other teams, or the owner from the Miami Dolphins and other people that he counsel with? And who's the third team? The Denver Broncos?
Yeah.
The Denver Broncos. What if those conversations all support this previous lawsuit that was filed a few months back last year? That's what I'm saying.
You see they done drop. Ain't nobody talking about that no more. You see that? But see, Jimmy, those emails in the beginning of that trial, those emails, they had strict orders that what happens when we all see these emails, nobody can know, nobody can see a physical copy. Can nobody show a physical copy? They can tell you what happened within the email, but you won't have the physical copy. And people can tell you anything. So that'll be hearsay. Like if I can never show Jimmy, if you didn't screenshot that thing you sent to me, you showed me the other day that somebody sent to you, you told me about it. I would have said, okay. But when you screenshot him and I saw what it was, I said, oh, that's a big difference. Now I can hold that up because you say you ain't gonna never, ever erase that screenshot. So that's an inside joke. Y'all don't know nothing about that one. But Jimmy, I mean, this is a unique Jimmy. I shout out to Brian Flores, man. Let me tell you something, Jimmy. I never thought this would happen, but Jimmy, it needed to happen. It needed to happen.
Now I'm looking on the boom room, and of course we only got a couple more minutes left on this. We got some other topics to go on.
Yeah.
But Seneca says Bill is not that sloppy. He don't believe that was an accident text. I believe so. I believe so.
I done did it several times.
Because if you saw all of the text messages that they've produced, it wasn't just one text. They produced the one where Bill Belichick or Bill on the top says, "Man, I effed up.
Yeah.
No, this thing. Basically, I thought you was Elder Brian, and it happens. You
Yeah,
guys
it
have done. You mean
happens.
tell me
It
you've
happened
never
to
done that
me.
before? Yeah,
You
I
gotta
believe
understand,
that.
some of these people, like Seneca, they so perfect, Jimmy.
And
Some
then
of these
and then
people don't
somebody
do
say, who
nothing
saves
wrong.
common names? Who saves name under common names like Brian? The person that's living right does that.
Hello?
The person that's living right, that doesn't have nothing to hide in their cell phone, is the person who saves everybody's name as everybody's name. That's just my thought on that. You asked a good question. I'm gonna give you a good
That's
answer.
a good one.
on
Hey,
that.
he probably have them saved under Sister 1 and Sister 2. I mean, you got to understand, Bill had all of these guys up on him. Y'all got to understand now, since if you talk about Bill going against Brian Flores, Bill was the one that called Stephen Ross and said, you better hire this guy. You be a fool not to hire this guy right here. Ross, man, that messed up, man. Ross got all them black folks. Hey, all them black folks work around Ross got their Negro workup call. That's all. They got their Negro. I told you, everybody at some point, Michael Jackson got his, Bill Cosby got his. Everybody at some point, you're going to get your Negro wake-up call. And guess what? Venus and Serena, I'm just waiting. Hey, y'all. Boom, boom, room. ChopShopHTX@gmail.com. If anybody see anything with Serena and Venus that made a statement, y'all make sure y'all send it to me. Send it to ChopShopHTX@gmail.com. I can't wait to see it, Jimmy, because I don't think they're going to do it. Jimmy said, you think it's coming? I don't think. I ain't seen no tweet. Have anybody seen a Serena tweet? I ain't seen a Serena tweet. You got to know who she lived with. She lived with a man that looked like
It's not
him.
gonna come. It ain't gonna come that fast. It ain't gonna come that
I
fast.
thought you said it's coming.
It's coming, but not that fast. Not in no 24 hours. Not, It ain't gonna come that.
Okay. All right. So what you need to think about it?
One of them, I'm expecting one of those siblings to make a statement, but not.
I don't
not
expect
right.
now one of them to make a statement.
You got to let this first wave go on by, and then the first wave mean a few days of this media of them doing their media tour, which that was, like I said, that's how you.
Hold up, Jimmy. Shannon, he didn't take the money. Talking about why take money and tell later. He didn't. He was offered the money. Evidently, Shannon, where you been, baby?
It was incentive. It was
an incentive. He offered him. He said, oh, hell no, I'm winning. And the boss said, okay, you keep on winning. And so they've been had a tumultuous relationship since then, Shannon. Shannon, you might have got on later. You ain't heard the whole story, Shannon. But no, he didn't take the money. You're talking about he got no integrity. See how quick we are to come on here and say this man don't have no integrity? See how quick we are to say something about each other. Shannon, where's your comment about Stephen Ross? So it's all right for Stephen Ross to do it. That's our problem, Jimmy. I see this all the time. Talking about Hugh Jackson. Hugh Jackson ain't did nothing. What Hugh Jackson do? Come on, man. Come on, Jimmy. Let's go. Let's get to the next one. Because we're going to talk about this all week. Because guess what, Jimmy? Something going to happen tonight. And we're going to be able to talk about it tomorrow.
See, the gloves are off now. So here's the next wave, what you guys are going to expect going into the weekend. Mm-hmm. Shortly, you're going to expect for some dirt to come out and hit the social media about Flores, just for an example, possibly in a bar taking a shot, possibly talking with some female. This is going to slander phase is going to come to discredit the attempt to discredit the witness. This is what's going to happen. Just watch. It's going to be somebody's going to come out. They're going to find that token Negro that's going to say, you know what, man. You know what? He wasn't no good coach. It was dysfunction, man. I couldn't work for him. Just like you saw the guy that tried to come out against Tua last week. This you're going to expect this is going to happen. And then it's going to force them to go and proceed because this thing is going to fly on by and they got to keep this feeding you nuggets here and there from the other side of the fence. But if they mean that legal team, because I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not on the legal team, but I just know that for us them getting this story, getting in front of it, and being in control of their narrative, this story has controlled a great portion of the airwaves on practically every single sports talk show or television show in the country this morning.
And
that means
go finish because I'm gonna end something.
They would have bought commercial space for all of those shows, and you want to add those commercial dollars up, those advertising dollars up. They probably got over $50 million worth of traction today for that story.
Jimmy, what I wanted to add, you just said something. Oh, and I should have jumped in on it. God, because I just slipped my mind. Should have jumped in. But no, what I would like to say is Brian Flores. Okay? Before they slander him. Okay? This man, first of all, Jimmy, he must have been prepared and he saved his money, and him and his wife got to be on board with this. Okay? Y'all got it. So he ain't suffering. So he put himself in a position where he can say, okay, I might not have no job. So I want y'all to use that. Because when you got financial backing and you took care of your money, you can be a free man and say what the hell you want to say. So he done stood up and said, look, I'm going to take the sword, not for me. I'm going to take it for the rest of these guys. Because guess what? Aaron Glenn is going through it. Great friend of mine. Keenan McCardell's going through it. These guys been working and touring in this business. This man had worked 18 years in this business. Finally got a head coaching job just because he wouldn't do some unintegrity stuff. He gets fired. And then we got a black man come on here and say he got no integrity because he took the money. This the kind of stuff, man, these guys got to deal with, man. So my shout out to Brian Flores. Because Jimmy, his wife got to be on board. Because her life's going to change.
Death threats are probably pouring in right now.
Who?
Death threats are coming from all angles.
And he got little kids.
Does he have kids?
They were on the draft. Got little kids, cute little boys.
They can't go to school the rest of this week for damn.
Come on, man. See, that's what y'all. That's why you can't say nothing. Y'all got to watch what you say. Especially us. I told y'all it's two structures going out there. It's the social structure, how they look at us. And the governance structure is how we see each other. We got to start seeing each other better, man. Shout out to Brian Flores, man. You got a coach. You got an owner, Jimmy. See, Jimmy, this the thing I'm thinking about. I keep thinking about this, Jimmy. You got an owner. If they ever prove that man, if he got receipts for that, that's where the mess gonna come in. This race stuff, y'all know how they gonna throw that out. But if this dude, an owner can affect the gambling, Jimmy, you gambles. Owner go tell you to lose a game. That affect, they partners with gambling now, Jimmy. The NFL are partners with the casinos now. Dude, that's the most damning thing in that testimony to me. But shout out to this man for stepping up. Yes, protect your family, my young king. Protect your family, man. Cause there's some people, they might think you finna burn down that kingdom. So protect your family, baby. But Jimmy, what else we got, man? We're gonna talk about this the rest of the week.
I mean, the last thing on the Giants is a tidbit, just in case. The Giants is probably
it is not problem. It is. Own it. You just put it up on the screen.
Oh, yeah. I ain't think I had put it up there.
Yeah, you put it up. I beat you to your thought.
I didn't think I had hit the button. I did the Herm Edwards. I hit the button. Didn't even know. They're the only team in the NFL that has never had a black coach.
Yes. Yeah.
And
by design.
And guess what? This doesn't help their case.
No. Wellington Mara is not going to have them. I'm not going to have that running.
This don't help their case at all. And
I mean, what's the guy name? I forgot his name.
If they were winning, see, people that think about the scandals in the past. When you're not winning, you're vulnerable.
Clippers.
But if you're winning, then people will tolerate you. Remember, I said it before all the time. Remember Tom Brady with the deflate gate?
Yeah.
They were winning. You saw how this thing ended?
Deflate gate really wasn't nothing, Jimmy. That really wasn't nothing. I'm taking some air out of a ball. Y'all keep talking about
it was a scandal that ended up.
No, but Jimmy. Come on.
I mean,
Jimmy, he didn't do Jimmy. He didn't do nothing to the other guy's ball. He just did it to his ball.
Yeah, but in those conditions,
Jimmy, think about this though. How many black head coaches? Hold up. How many black head coaches of y'all beloved Dallas Cowboys they had? How many? Herman, cheating ain't cheating. Got to be out your mind. Cheating ain't cheating. I want some of this air out this damn ball. I like to throw it like this. How in the hell is that cheating? How many? Jimmy, y'all from Houston and y'all from Dallas? Shit, we talking about, let's talk about that redneck up in Dallas. See, y'all keep forgetting. Y'all keep forgetting, man. See, y'all be so focused on one thing. I'm talking about everybody. Tom Brady, I'm not against Tom Brady getting in trouble. I like Tom Brady as a quarterback. I like Tom Brady because him and his family, I sit in their box when the Super Bowl here was in Houston. I like him because him and Ty Law was good friends. Him and Charles Woodson played in college together. That's how I like Tom Brady. So if something happened to him, shit, it's okay. But the Dallas, we sitting up here talking about everybody else, Dallas Cowboys. They ain't even probably even, hold up, interview the damn black coach. You can't tell me what I can do. I just say, I don't think it's cheating. Herman, what you do in your house, Herman Scott, you doing, I bet you your ass. Oh, so Herman, I guess you're a saint. Herman has never did anything wrong in his entire life. Oh, he's Saint Herman. Saint Herman. He's the Pope. Herman Scott been pinned by the Pope. Keep going. Jimmy, what's out next? Well, now I get sick of these people so heavily minded that they ain't no earthly good. But Jimmy, what's the next topic, man? What's the next topic?
I mean, of course, next topic, of course, today is National Signing Day for NFL, college football players for the spring. Today is the day a lot of people sign their letters of intent. So Texas A&M has managed to flip one. They already possess the nation's #1 recruiting class in football. That includes Chris Marshall of Marshall High School within that class. He's a young man that plays basketball as well. Had 39 points the other night. We was courtside at that game. They played at Hightower. We never talked about that particular game, but Chris Marshall is. I've got intel that many people are on this side of the fence are under the impression that Chris Marshall is going to play basketball along with football when he arrives at Texas A&M in a couple of months in June. Because they go to summer school, then they get them acclimated to the campus life. Hatter, he's not the first and not the last in regarding to a talented basketball player that's an all-American football player that's been told that you can play both. What's your thoughts on that? And do you believe that Chris Marshall will be on the floor playing minutes for the Aggies next season, this fall?
Let me flip the script. Let me flip back for what you said. What was you talking about? Flipping something? You said something about flip.
They flipped one. That's the term they use in football.
Who did?
When you decommit?
No. But who did? Who did? The Aggies did.
Texas A&M did.
Just flipped another
yes,
dude.
A tight end.
Okay.
From Miami.
Okay.
From Miami. He's a 5-star. Okay. He's All-American. They just flipped him.
They ain't playing. Hey, by the way, they ain't playing fair up there. I don't know what the hell them folks doing up there. But in his case, if that kid believes that, I got some beachfront property in 3rd Ward that I want to sell. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
And the young man name is Shamar Stewart out of Miami. He's the young man he's the number 6 player, number 6 ranked player in the country. He's 255 pounds from Edward Pace High School in Miami, Florida. And so, but back to
you know what?
Chris
Doug
Marshall.
Smith is a great resource for this. Doug, tell us what you think. Doug Smith, you're a great resource for this on there. Tell us what you think. I just told you what I think. I don't think it. I don't think it's gonna happen. But guess what? He's good enough.
Here's what I think. Football comes before basketball. So Chris Marshall going on the football field, on the basketball court, will be a cause and effect on what happens on where he is on the depth chart during the fall in football season. Does Chris Marshall believe that he could possibly be redshirted this year? Does he? Now that's the whole thing. They say because if he's redshirted this year in football, then he goes and play basketball. Then what happens is we've seen this story transpire before back in the year 2006/2007. We had a young man that played basketball that was an extremely ultra athletic athlete. He stood 6'6". He was good enough to whereas there was rumored to be at least one NBA team, rumored, according to his dad, that had basically gave them led them to believe that they were willing to take him in the draft, the NBA draft. So this young man declares for the draft. True story. Out of high school. He put his name in the draft, and then reality started to set in, and then people convinced him, boy, you could make a real bag playing on Sundays with your body and your ability to touch the top of the square. You 6'6", 230 plus, and can touch the top of the square, you could make money playing football. This young man name was Martellus Bennett. Martellus Bennett went, and you look him up. They let him suit up. They kept their word. Now, he's the only one that's from the wide receiver / tight end that the people actually kept their word of the All-Americans. The other ones, they kept their word. They let him put on the bench. He played a little bit, spot minutes. But while you're on that court, guess what's happening, Adam? When it turns around to February, guess what's happening? Spring training is coming up. And that guy that you was battling with for that tight end spot that first year, guess what?
Work.
He getting reps with the first string. So in your mind, you see that, you hear that. He's getting your reps while you sitting your ass on that bench playing 4 minutes a game. So guess what he had to do? Martellus Bennett, somebody influenced him properly to make the business decision, not just to prove y'all wrong. He went over there and got that bread and looked the rest of history. He got Super Bowl rings as a result. Played a long time in the league.
Jimmy, I'm glad you mentioned that, Jimmy. Jimmy, the first time I've ever seen Chris Marshall in person was the other day when you and I was at that game. Let me tell you something, Jimmy. He is the most imposing figure. Jimmy, going to football camps and going to football practices, that little young boy's body is one of the most imposing things that I've ever seen in high school until last night. I went to see Dickinson play against Clear Creek. I don't know who number 10 is for Dickinson. Somebody, Doug, help me. Oh my goodness. Chris Marshall, you my man. But what I saw,
number 10 is in the 11th grade. He has another year left. Yeah.
No, sir. This man had a knee brace on and out jumping everybody in the damn gym. What's wrong with his knee? So you telling me he gonna be stronger than that? Let me tell y'all something, man. Then number 23, the big dude. Doug told me he gonna be a lineman somewhere. I think it's number 23. Y'all, I'm sorry, Jimmy. You should. Man, I didn't know Dickinson had these kind of athletes. What are they feeding them people out there?
Man.
Jimmy, no. You know I don't go see Dickinson play much. When Tremont was there, they didn't have no dudes look like this. Jimmy, number 22, number 23. I mean, Doug said he going to A&M too. He didn't tell me his name. Number 23.
Yeah. Both of them are going to A&M from Dickinson.
Oh,
they're both going to Texas A&M.
And they're both. You know my man. You know my man Donovan Green. Donovan Green is agile as a. He was spinning around like Baryshnikov, and he weighed. Let me tell y'all something, man. Oh, Patrick Williams. Oh, Jimmy. He see the ball down there on the ground. Jimmy, he grabbed him on. Bow! Y'all didn't prepare me for that, man. Y'all low down. But I didn't tell y'all I was going to the game. I went to the game at the last minute. Jimmy, I was so impressed by them. Y'all got to understand, man. Football is a. I made a lot of headway in that sport. I'm gonna just put it like this, Jimmy. Those were three of the most imposing. Donovan Green, this guy Patrick Williams, and number 10. Number 10, you said number 10 is in the 11th grade. Jimmy, we got to check his birth certificate. Either quarterback? No, sir. I looked at that boy. Listen to me. I looked at that boy, Chris Marshall, the other day. He's just imposing. And Chris, if you're out there, son, this is a guy that's been in this business for 30 years, representing football and basketball. You going trying to play on a college floor, you just regular. When you step your butt on a football field, you are unbelievable, cut above everybody. So you got to make your choice. You try to go to the NBA, you just a regular guy. But if you trying to go put your hand in that dirt, dude, when you walk on that field, a football field, you didn't have on pads. And I said, what the hell is this? Because that's the first time I ever seen him. I see what your athleticism, son. You can shoot it. You can do everything. But son, I ain't telling you your limits. Because you might be a great basketball player. But you special when you step on the football field. I just want to get that to him, Jimmy. His name's Zion Lillard. Oh, I got to write
Yeah,
that name down.
and I'm going to show you guys a picture of him on this.
Okay.
I'm sharing this. We share the whole thing for about 5 seconds so they'll see him. And as you guys see, this is Zion Lillard. These are the
That's him.
basketball rankings.
That's him.
That's Zion. That's Zion right here, wearing number 10. This is Zion from a picture from him. I don't know. Archie updated that photo, so I don't know when that picture was taken, but he looks bigger than that now.
Oh,
And that's him. He's ranked number 20 in our rankings. Just wanted to let you know he's 6'5" at Dickinson, and yes, Zion Little
Jim
is
he got
the young
every
fella.
rebound that came off the damn rim, Jim.
Oh, and he's bouncy. He can even. So that's why I told you. I was like, Donovan didn't even play the first time that Clearbrook and Dickinson played. Donovan had
hurt.
set out.
Yeah.
So, because they had just played the Under Armour game, and he got a little dinged up.
Yeah.
And so he was just resting and whatnot and going.
Right.
So he didn't even suit up. He wasn't. So, but in all fairness, the big fella for Clearbrook had a wrist injury, a hand injury, and he didn't suit up. So it was, but I said to myself, well,
which one from Clearbrook? What's his number?
The tallest player, the kid with the Tosh.
With
His
the
name
hair?
is Tosh. Yeah.
Yeah,
he didn't suit up
like
the first time.
Yeah, I like him.
Right. And so it was like one of those things. Well, I think that when Dickinson played them the second time, even though I picked Clearbrook to win, that was one of those things where I picked them to win because if they would have won and I picked against them, then that way now it would have gave ammunition for people to think that they're not getting no love. So that was basically a setup.
So you picked
pick.
them last night? I didn't see.
I picked them yesterday. Remember, what did I tell you candidly on a text message when you first texted me on the game? Who did I tell you was going? I said Dickinson should win that game. And if Seth Jones got suspended last week.
Okay.
For a couple of games for violation of team rules or policies.
Right.
Well, of course he's back for this game.
Right.
But Seth had no field goals in the second half of their first matchup. And I said to myself, as many shots he take, and he didn't get the chance to get many shots off. I said that's not going to be likely that's going to happen again because they got to worry about Big Pat on the inside. You got to worry about Donovan now that you didn't have to worry about him before because he wasn't there. And then you got to worry about Seth. No, they're not going to be. He's going to get shots. So I don't know how he fared, but I do know that Dickinson now has jumped into first place in that district, and that's 24-6A.
Jimmy,
the thing about that district, let me tell you what makes that district so important. That district is called 24-6A. They play in the first round against 23-6A. And you know who's in 20. So it means first place in one district play fourth place in the other district. Second places play the third places and vice versa. Well, 23-6A is Shadow Creek, Dawson, Strake Jesuit, and Pearland. Those are the four teams that pretty much already didn't. They're not technically. They're theoretically they've clinched the playoffs. Not technically, but theoretically they're in those four. But that means that first round, Dickinson and Clearbrook is going to go against Strake Jesuit and Pearland. Those are very tough draws. Right. How me and you were courtside. We saw Strake Jesuit play against Shadow Creek. It was a winnable game for Strake Jesuit. A very winnable game for those young guys. If Posey didn't have a good offensive game.
Right. Absolutely.
And so that's James Posey's son. I'm talking about Posey. He's an 11th grader that's athletic. You saw him almost put a kid in the rim one time. That he's deceptively athletic.
Dude, I'm waiting on him to like basketball. He don't seem like he want to play basketball to me. He wanted them kids.
I haven't really had a lot of conversations.
I watched him. That's my second time. That was my second time seeing him.
One thing we know about Spake Jesuit, they put enough homework on your ass. It's kind of you gonna stay frowning. They gonna homework your ass to
No, it
death
ain't that he was
over there.
frowning. It's just that I'm just out here. I just had too many dead moments. Too many. But
He'll
11th
get
grade.
all the opportunity. He's in a perfect position this summer for a breakout. First of all, think about it like this. He's going to be on the court with a kid that's very popular. I call them celebrity kids. So he's going to be alongside a celebrity kid, and that is Master P's son, who was wrecking shop for the most part of last summer in his own age group. Remember, he played down, right? Mm-hmm. And so now he's athletic as well, but a lot of people are going to be following him around in blunders. Well, the Jace Posey is going in the perfect position because while you're looking at him, you can't help but notice him. And also, his daddy played in the NBA. His daddy is a member of the Players Association, which means his Jace Posey don't have to get in the top 50 or the top 100 in the rankings around the country to get into the NBPA top 100 camp as a legacy invite. At 6'4", he get there. Guess what can happen? Anything can happen.
Opportunity.
He could go there. Guess what? It worked. And I'm not saying that like Xavier Wheeler wasn't a legacy kid, but he got into the camp the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, it's different.
He didn't come through the front
Jace
door.
Can play. Don't say he physically can play. It's just that
No,
it just seems like to me he don't like basketball, and I might be wrong. I might be wrong. He just look like, man, I'm just out here, man. I'll be glad when the buzzer go off. I'm good. That's what.
That's a ticket on that, and then also we're getting ready. Oh yeah, we're gonna go on time today, Adam. We're gonna get this thing.
Come on, what you got?
And
what else you got?
Now NBA talk, Adam. Remember the other night, of course, Golden State was in Houston, and Steph Curry goes and hit 21 in the fourth quarter, and they pull away from the Rockets. Well, this was a two-step. They played San Antonio last night. San Antonio was winning that game, and Golden State hit a gear, came back and won 124-120. Right? Golden State outscored San Antonio by damn near 20 in the fourth quarter, 35-16 in the fourth quarter. The young fella, JP, that's his nickname, Jordan Poole, he had 31 points in this game, right? Guess what? Steph Curry didn't play.
Clay didn't play.
Andrew Wiggins didn't play.
Clay didn't play.
Otto didn't play. I don't think Clay played in this game either.
I just said Clay didn't play.
Okay. So remember we were just talking, and I went and I asked the question last night. I said, man, is Steph hurt? Is he injured? No, he's not injured. Steph, they didn't realize the plan was against the Houston Rockets. Against the Rockets. That was a competitive game. Steph wasn't supposed to play that many minutes against the Rockets because they figured they were going to whoop the Rockets' ass and they'd be up by 20. And then Clay didn't play a lot of minutes against the Rockets. Steph, they gave him too many minutes. They did not want Steph to play, nor did he want to play against San Antonio on a back-to-back. They didn't want to. Wiggins, same thing. So that goes and show they didn't say nothing in there. Did not play. They put an injury that's a nagging injury that's way back. That them dudes can play tomorrow if they wanted to. That's what I'm just saying from yesterday. And sure enough, it happened today.
You still ain't making no point. I still don't understand your point. So what are you trying to say? Because I still don't understand. When somebody brings something up from yesterday back up today, what is your point you're trying to make? I don't understand it.
Steph did not want to play
No, what is your
last
point?
night.
What is your point? Overall point.
That was stemming from the conversation from yesterday on the Chop Shop when I was talking about the players, and you say them players want to play, and I say, man, them players don't. Not all the time. I said you could be right, but in this case, and it still could be right, but in this case, it showed itself. 3 or 4 starters did not play, but one of them for sure didn't care about playing last night. He was like, man, I'm good. I played a lot of minutes. I ain't got to play against San Antonio. Y'all can handle that. I'm good. So that's the thing. And it don't say that, and also I told the word load management is not a good, it's like a bad word now in the NBA. They don't use that word. Certain teams don't use that word no more because it's been vilified. So they'll go and use it and they'll play the game the right way. Remember, the commissioner came out with paperwork before the season and threatened to fine any team if a guy did not play in games. So this is a way around the rule. If I got a nagging injury, I'm gonna list that injury as a reason I can't play. Not going to, because remember, the fans were complaining about, and that's the thing we talked about earlier. A lot of times people buy certain players, are not going to play on back-to-back. Certain players, they put it out there in advance. So-and-so, back-to-back, he's not going to play. So that means, but there's others you thinking, so it means people going buy these tickets in advance. And everybody buys tickets. Everybody that buys tickets are not in a position where they can afford a night or family afford to go and see certain players as star players so that their kids can live their dream out. And so that's the thing. And a lot of those people, it just pay attention. It happens. It just happened last night. And they won the game. Now, the Phoenix Suns, I saw a piece of that game. I didn't remember how it turned out. What happened at the end? Did the Nets pull it out, or did the Phoenix?
No, they couldn't beat them guys last night. The Nets lost.
Man. Hey, man. Monty Williams got to be coach of the year. He got to be coach of the year. And you know what? This probably the first time you probably heard this all week or all month. Why? The minute Chicago win a couple of games, all of a sudden people started talking about Billy Donovan, coach of the year. Monty should be coach of the year, hands down, bar none. The movement started based on, look at what the body of work. That man came out of a situation. They put him, he took a job. He was like the Cully of the NBA. He took a job just out of emotion. They gave him a job. He was coming off of losing his wife in a tragic car accident. Then you give him Phoenix. Just give him Phoenix. Phoenix was what the Houston Rockets were. That's what Phoenix was 4 years ago. The space they were in. Am I wrong, Adam? Am I wrong?
No, I don't think they gave. I don't think he was a David Culley. I don't think he was David Culley because James Jones, the one, had to get him. I don't think it was David Culley. I mean, you can use that analogy. I mean, Monty Williams is a good coach.
But he had never had a chance.
And what I want to explain to people that this season, in November, they were 16-0 in November. They didn't lose a game. In January, they 13-1, right? Phoenix has now recorded a win percentage of what they're 900 plus in 2 calendar months this season. No team has done that once. That's what I'm sitting there. I didn't realize they was winning like this. They went 16-0, man, in November, and 13-1 in January, man. They unbelievable. And yeah, they was heavy trash a few years ago. And now they trying. I give the credit to James Jones, but guess what? See, I'm gonna show you how we have to do this. Cause I'm listening to a radio show last week. They bring it up. Well, Ryan Pace, he drafted. He was the GM. He drafted Booker, and he drafted. So they will always, you gotta, so that's why we got to always talk on our guys. Because they jumped
So they
on
gonna
it.
play that
This ain't
card.
James
They're gonna
Jones.
play that card, huh? They're gonna play that card, huh?
Ryan Pace built this team.
So wait a minute. This team without Chris Paul goes back to the team that you saw 3 years ago. Let's not act like that
absolutely.
didn't happen.
Absolutely.
It just so happened. See, here's the thing. Just so happened. Like I said, you just see angles and narratives. A lot of the viewers in the Boom Boom rooms. A lot of you guys are from or live in the Houston area. A good portion of you guys. We got people watching from all over the country and some across the world. But the Houston Rockets did a fantastic job. They did it twice in consecutive years. They had the narrative that they pumped out there like it was tear gas. And there was no way to avoid it. And a lot of people questioned. Remember,
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
Gas,
Ryan Madonna. I'm sorry. Keep going. Keep going. I said Ryan Pace. Ryan Madonna. I'm sorry.
The GM.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't want
the old GM from the Suns.
But keep going. I'm sorry.
Now, the Rockets, here's what they did. And they were successful at doing it. They were at a crossroads to whereas after that year, when we were up on the Houston Rockets were up on Golden State 3-1, right? And ended up losing the series. Chris Paul got hurt with the hamstring. Remember that, guys? He had the hammy and got hurt. Didn't play. And then the Rockets ended up missing like 24 three-pointers in a row and whatnot in that travesty of a home game. Well, here's what happened. It came. Remember that early that year, Chris Paul led the charge into the Clippers locker room. They started the vilifying of Chris Paul. They started to plant seeds of doubt that Chris Paul ain't that good anymore. He's old, getting old now. Well, we had to make a decision. The decision was to keep James Harden and get rid of Chris Paul. Which, okay, you did that. But in doing so, you made the narrative that Chris Paul wasn't that good. He was old. He had gotten old.
No, Jimmy, Jimmy, I mean, you might have your take on it. That's your cake. But I just got another take. Okay.
Okay.
James Harden was the staple of Chris Paul. It wasn't Chris Paul's team. Get rid of Chris Paul's ass. It wasn't they didn't know he was good. Him and James couldn't coexist. They know he was good. They didn't say he was terrible. Hey, when you mess with the dude that can hold a plane, I'm going to repeat that. When you mess with the dude that when the plane ain't going to take off till he get there, when you mess with him, your ass got to go. That's what happened to Chris Paul. They believe you me, in hindsight, James probably wish he had kept Chris Paul. But guess what? It was some friction there. Y'all got to understand, Chris Paul, if you ain't no youngster, he'll get on your nerve. See, them youngsters got to listen to it. James them ain't got to listen to that thing. So I know I don't think we wasn't having trash, Jimmy. No. He just got hurt every damn time. Jimmy, you blow on his ass and he would get hurt. Jimmy, I was so disappointed.
Yeah, I understand. So but for those who watched an abundance of Rockets games, you really start to think because you remember your last lingers on. Yeah. And the last we saw of Chris Paul was a hamstring injury that came up on top of multiple injuries that season. So now, wait a minute. Maybe Chris Paul let's get rid of him. Swap him for Russell Westbrook. Right? Swap him for Russell Westbrook. What Chris Paul does with OKC, he gets a young, talented guard as a pupil, as a disciple. He teaches this young guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and he goes and lead this team to the postseason. They were supposed to be a lotto ball team.
A young team again, Jimmy. A young team that, listen, I'm telling you, James wasn't about to hear that crap.
With one potential superstar, one potential all-star on that OKC team. Remember, and they lost their defensive presence for the year that same year. They could have went past
The big boy.
what's his name?
The light-skinned guy, Roberson.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Roberson. They lost him that year. So then you're right. Then Chris Paul go into a similar situation, but with much greater talent.
Oh,
Because you got number one pick in the draft
come
in DeAndre Ayton. Then you got Devin Booker, who's already an all-star and an Olympian that's already proved himself. And guess what?
And that
Chris
Mikal
Paul,
Bridges was a good one, Jimmy. See, ain't nobody
Bridges.
talking about him, but he got
Well,
all
guess
the
what?
best players.
They got all the moving parts.
Yeah.
And you got the young boy that was with you in OKC, the little young fella who's spunky. What's the young fella name? The light skin who played with OKC Thunder. He was a reserve. Young fella. He plays with Phoenix Suns right now. You guys help me out in the boom, boom, room. He's a reserve. He's a serviceable component in their rotation. I can't think of his name. I know the boom, boom room is going to give it to me.
I'm trying to see. Was he a guard?
Yeah, he's a guard.
Oh, you ain't talking about that little crazy ass guard?
Yeah,
doing the dancing with Russ. Doing the dance. He from Memphis. Cameron Payne.
What name?
Cameron Payne.
Payne.
Yeah.
Understand? He got all those guys to buy in, and this is why, like I said, Chris Paul. If Phoenix was in Chicago, or if Phoenix was in New York City with the success they're having, it would be no doubt that Chris Paul would have more traction. In the MVP race. Now, him and Devin Booker are going to split hairs. They're going to take some votes from each other. Yeah.
And Jimmy,
but
they didn't make the All-Star team. Neither one of them. They got the best record. Neither one of them starting on the All-Star team.
Neither one of them starting. But Wiggins is over Wiggins.
We talking about Wiggins is. I'm talking about Devin Booker and Chris Paul.
Neither one of them is starting.
How the hell Wiggins get to be a star? What happened?
Man, you know what? I asked that question. And
he had a lot of votes. He must have had a lot of votes.
No, he got the Canadian vote, but the public vote is only a certain, like 80%. You still got the other. No, it's not the whole thing. But he got but he always had the Canadian vote though, Hal. He had the Canadian vote last year.
But guess what? He was running off the Stephon Curry. They vote for Steph. Yeah.
He was, but no, he's been quietly producing all year.
But
long.
Jimmy, people produce these people. That don't mean people vote for you because you produce. People vote for you because of something else. Devin Booker been producing. They didn't vote for him. People don't like Devin Booker, man, for some reason.
He got the right gal. That gal could have put some social media post out for him and could have helped get him some.
She don't want him to be more famous than her.
Yeah. Before we go,
What
happened to your gal? Your gal Riri done got knotted up on you, man.
I talked about it yesterday, man. You know I was hiding catfish grease. Man, you know I love her. Come on, Rude boy, can you get it up? Yeah! When she made that video right there, that little old boy, A$AP Rocky. Jimmy, that's what I said. I said, who in the hell is A$AP Rocky? I don't know. A$AP Rocky, you don't even know who he is.
I know. I think I know one of his songs.
I don't know not one song he sang. And he got old Riri. Jimmy, guess where I'll be this weekend, Jimmy. Jimmy, I'm going to Tallahassee. And Jimmy then going to Bethune-Cookman. Man, I'm on the road with the TSU Tigers this weekend.
They told me.
Yeah.
I got the call this morning. They told me. I say, damn. I say, well, how to say he was going to do the game. I thought he was going to do the game watching the remote broadcast and do the game from remotely in Houston in the studio. So no. Chatterbox going on the plane with the team. And Haller gonna meet him down there. I
got my own jet.
Get what though?
Huh?
Get what? I'm just curious to see, do they let me know when you come back on Monday?
Okay.
How they treat y'all with the protocol.
Okay.
I'm just curious.
I'll let you know.
They might not. Matter of fact, they might not want you to tell us that. They might not want you. You know, they might not want you to tell us that because,
Jimmy, I got to see my disclosure. You got to understand, I can't be letting y'all know everything, but let me tell you something. Them TSU Tigers, let me tell you, I can't wait, Jimmy. I'm kind of excited about it. Hey, y'all, and make sure y'all download the KTSU app, and make sure y'all, let's see and support TSU. TSU is part of our team now, Jimmy. TSU is a part of the Chop Shop team now. So let's support them the same way you do the Chop Shop, man. And you know what? I need to talk to Kevin Allen. I need to talk, Jimmy. I ain't got no gear yet, Jimmy. I guess they making my gear up special.
Where's some more of that Cornell shit you wore the other day?
Man, wait a minute. Whoa. Don't you ever call my Cornell. Much money I paid for that boy to go up to school. That ain't no Cornell SHIT.
I tell you a true story. True story. Back in like summer of 2002. That was the summer that during the Houston Hoops, they had Daniel Gibson, Tack Minor, PJ Koonsnord, Michael Morris, Indy Eby, Ugo Ihekwezu, all those guys on the same team. So, true story. So, one of the trips, you know, of course, I go down there because Tack was playing. So, we're going on one, we're at the airport. Indy Eby come through the airport with, back then, the velour jogging suits was popular, the velour. He had a velour Tracy McGrady suit. Tracy McGrady was sponsored by Adidas. So Indy was decked out. So guess what happened?
Now I want you to read that screen. I want you to read that screen. Somebody got you. Somebody, keep going.
I'm sorry, Brent. Say, you got reread. That's Bree. Brent, hey, you don't play. Queen. He gonna be a fan of both institutions. You get that. Now, Indy Eby wore his Adidas outfit on purpose. Because I talked to him. I say, man, why would you do that? And you know your teammates, y'all got your Nike, y'all got all that good Nike stuff. He say, watch this. We get to the city. Sure enough, the next morning he had about 6 boxes of product waiting at the ship to the hotel because they said he told them that's all he brought. That's all he had. He played the game. Indy Eby did it on purpose. His mindset, understand, he ended up being too smart for his own good in some decisions he made later on about the professional ranks. But he did that. For a kid tell me that back then 20 years ago. That was slick. Purposely wore Adidas on the Nike trip because he knew they would call and get him some good new stuff shipped to the hotel to the rest of that weekend.
So, man, I'm not going to do TSU like that. No. And speaking of TSU, Jimmy, guess who watching on the feed right now? We got the softball coaches, Raven Rodriguez and Jesse Scroggins. They watching the Chop Shop right now from TSU right now in the athletic office. That's how we roll around here, man.
Yeah.
That's how we roll around here, man.
Go Tigers. That's
Jimmy,
what I'm talking about.
You got to go to the softball. Jim, we got to go to the softball game with TSU.
They play McGregor Park. That's what a baseball team plays. So I figured the softball would probably.
I don't know.
No, softball play at Jack Yates. They made a contract. They play on that at the back of Jack Yates. That's what I knew they had a deal. I don't know if they went through with it a year and a half ago. The softball from TSU was supposed to play their games at the field that's behind Jack Yates.
Okay.
And they restored it. It was a brand new field. They helped outfit it and stuff like that.
No, Jimmy, guess what? Somebody just texted me. They just moved up on you, Jimmy. They playing at Memorial Park on you, Doc. Hello? Memorial Park.
Okay. You know, they've revitalized Memorial Park. They got a facelift of Memorial Park. I can feel that. Did
you see the tunnels that gonna go up under the park? You ain't seen the new tunnels, Jimmy? Oh my goodness, you got to go
do
by.
What in?
Jimmy.
To do what in?
The traffic gonna start. So you know all that crazy traffic be coming on the side of the traffic. They done made it where the traffic, the car traffic gonna go up under a tunnel and the park gonna go. They're going up, and the park gonna be over other things. So the people ain't got to worry about them old cars getting close to them on the edge of the front.
Oh, when you're out there, when I'm out there on the
Yeah, you remember when we was out there? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy, you got
Yeah.
to see that facelift. It's they call natural bridge tunnels, but not. But how in the hell they natural bridges? Because they weren't natural, Michael. They couldn't. How's they natural bridge tunnels and they man-made? So you can, Michael. I think that's an oxymoron. He said nature. So it's a natural bridge. Oh, where they went underground. I guess that means it's a natural bridge because if you go under the ground, that's a. Okay, send me the website. Okay, all right. But Jimmy, Jimmy, I'm excited, man. Hey, let me tell you something, man. I can't wait. I'm gonna shout out the Chop Shop. So I'm gonna shout out somebody's name on the Chop Shop. I don't know who it's gonna be from the games. I'm gonna shout you out. So everybody got to watch so you can hear your name being shouted out.
Yeah,
What
man.
else you got, Jimmy?
Oh man, that's pretty much it. At this time, we get ready to land the plane shortly. We are. I'm going to remind me. I'm going to put you with Coach McCollum. We go all the way back. He's one of the disciples. I say disciples. I'm using it loosely in the term of basketball guys when I say that. So not biblical terms, but in basketball coaching ranks. He's comes from the tree, or he's a great friend of George Raveling.
Oh,
so Robert McCollum is he's protected. He's been around.
What school? What school you working with?
Florida A&M. That was the one that TSU played first.
Okay.
So me and Coach McCollum, we have ate at several dinner tables together throughout the years. Awesome. I mean, he's good. He's good people, and also Craig Brown, the assistant. I'll put you with them. Of course, you already know. I got you. The Bethune-Cookman coaches talked about that yesterday. I got plug with them. That way you gonna have all type of intel.
Plug me up with all of them. Yeah,
I'll put you right there in there with them. That way you have the intel for those guys, and right. that way the relationships it extend. Right. That way now it extend over because guess what? Guess what the Final Four is next year? It's in Houston. And TSU, U of H, Rice, they will all be host schools.
Yeah.
For the Final Four.
Yeah.
That means it'll be something going on all of those campuses.
Absolutely.
And so that means it's always good. You see those coaches that way now, it'll be time by a year from now, the Chop Shop, you guys are hanging there. We're going to do, and guess what? I promise you guys about the Final Four. Yeah. I was supposed to fly there this week to go, but the weather has it raining 80-90% each day all the way through Friday. So I moved that trip back. I'll be going to New Orleans next week to solidify that deal for the Chop Shop Final Four Crawfish Ball. And it's going to take place on Thursday, March the 31st. That's the tentative date. I'll give you guys more details after I come back from the Big Easy next week. But anyway, it is time. And remember, didn't some ladies offer to be on the committee to help us put?
Kim Jackson was one. I remember that name. Kim Jackson was
Mindy.
One. I don't remember Mindy, but I remember Kim Jackson was one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have more details on that. But anyway, guys, we got a lot to talk about. Leave on the table. We'll be right back at you on tomorrow. Make sure you share the show on your way out the door. Great combo with the Chop Shop as usual. You guys make sure you spread the word about the Chop Shop as well. Let others know to help us increase our digital footprint of around the World Wide Web. We'll be right back at you tomorrow. Before Robert Haller, this Jim Hicks. Guess what? It is time to get up out of here. Shout out to the young people over at Cashmere High School. The principal invited me over to be a guest of honor this afternoon for the signing of the letters of intent. They have a few students that'll be signing their letters of intent. This is all levels, not Division Ones.
Right.
These are subdivision, but they're still. Guess what? From that particular school, it only has 400 to 500 students, That is a great thing. They're moving on up and trying and going and play their sport they love at the next level. I'll see you guys on tomorrow. Have some details about that as well. You guys keep us posted. Don't forget, send us some emails, chopshophtx@email.com. chopshophtx@gmail.com.
Jimmy, Barry McDonald told me I'm going to play his Kappa this weekend at Florida A&M. Come on, Barry. Barry, you crazy. Shout out to Deshaun Colbert. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, street safe. But we're going to be safe, Jimmy. Yabba Dabba do this thing for us, Jimmy, so we get out of here.
Yeah, man. It's time to slide down Dino's back and Yabba Dabba do this thing for this Women Rock Wednesday. We're going to get with you. Hella, take us on up out of here, man. Oh, we got a video to show you guys. No, we got a video to show you guys.
I got it.
We got to show you guys something.
I got you.
Hold on, don't you go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. This is a young man that's in the 9th grade. He's one of the top basketball players in the state of Texas, one of the top point guards in the state. Check this out as we're going to leave the show with this video. This is powerful. This show, this is magnificent.
You ready?
And you ready?
Here we go.
You got it, Q. Wait, I'm trying to.
My name is Ralph Bunch, and I'm not just another basketball player or another story from rags to riches. No, my story is so different, and yet it can be so impactful. So I suggest you to take a quick time out to listen. After all, I went from being a janitor to win the Nobel Peace Prize. Got your attention now? Well, here's how it all started. I was born in 1904 in the city of Detroit and raised by my grandmother who had been born into slavery. We didn't have much, but my grandmother encouraged me to spend as much time on my studies as I did on the basketball court. It paid off, and I earned a basketball scholarship to UCLA where I majored in political science. People say I was the hardest worker around. I even worked as a janitor when I wasn't studying or playing basketball. They were right about me. I ended up graduating valedictorian at UCLA. I went on to Harvard University, where I became the first Black man to receive a PhD in political science. I became a professor of political science and international race relations before working for the government briefly. But it was my work with the United Nations that gave me international fame. I represent the United States at the first UN General Assembly. I went on dangerous missions in the Middle East, working to secure peace and help with decolonization. I kept going on those dangerous missions, even after UN leaders were killed. I knew that human rights are essential to peace, and I had to do what I could. In 1963, I was given the U.S. Medal of Freedom and later received the Nobel Peace Prize for my work in Palestine. I was the first African American to win the Nobel Peace Prize, which is why many people call me a United Nations legend. Human rights and peace are so important to me that I spent the last years of my life as a major figure in the civil rights movement. Who did I march with? What did I stand for? There's so much more to my story, but now it's your turn to learn more about me, Ralph Bunch.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter, you are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro, let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop.